On this episode of ImmortaTech Solutions, we got one of the first computers I ever refurbished. And it's back in here because it won't turn on. Aaron, I refurbished this thing years ago. Come on, look how classy it is. White sides with the silver. This Dell Dimension is a big beast, and we're going to try to get it working. But we're going to do something we've never done on this channel before. And there's a lot of things we've never done, but this is one of them. We're going to solder capacitors. Yes. So let me show you what's going on with this thing. So, it's definitely been refurbished by me because we have a Windows 10 sticker on here from when I refurbished it years ago, as well as taped on product key, and obviously I don't tape product keys on anymore, and I don't put Windows stickers on anymore, but that was years ago, and you know, policies change. There we go.
Yeah, Mike, how many years have you been doing this, man?
About 5 or 6 now. It's like when
professionally, though.
Yeah,
like,
professionally, 5 or 6 years.
Right.
More than that, just on my own. But
okay.
as you see, we're gonna plug it into video here as well. But it just turns on and just keeps the light on, from what I saw with the customer. It just doesn't want to turn on, he said. So let's see.
So, Mike, for some of our viewers, like especially myself, you know, I always got to ask questions like, how do you know this is a capacitor problem?
Well, it's either the power supply or the motherboard. And the way it's showing, it's turning on, but there's no, like, error. There should be, like, error codes here.
Oh, okay.
So if I actually pop this open, before I show you the inside, if I pop this open, and I remember working on these like the back of my hand, these are my favorite, you would see, I thought there would be, yeah, you see these little digits here? They would light up numbers in here, in this bezel, which will tell you, like, yeah, see 1, 2, 3, 4? So 1, 2, 3, 4. And since none of them are turning on, it's not even giving us an error code. And I tried reseeing the memory already, but that didn't work. We could try another power supply, because this just uses a modified version of an ATX power supply. So we'll try that first. But I believe this was actually haunted by the capacitor plague of the early 2000s. Do you know what that is?
I love facts and I love history. What is that, Mike? Can you please explain?
Capacitor plague of the early 2000s was where a lot of capacitors from early 2000s computers like this would fail.
Wow, really?
And a lot of these vintage XP era machines and other things like this. It's probably a Vista or 7 machine here, but I don't remember off the top of my head. But as you can see here, these two, and then there's one here and 4 capacitors.
Let's get a close up of that.
Bulging.
Oh yeah.
And leaking.
Wow.
And you can see, look at this massive heatsink. This is a great quality desktop. It's got nice big airflow, nice massive heatsink with copper. And it's weird, this whole thing actually hinges up, which I'll show you. It's a really weird proprietary design only to Dell. And it still has my little Wi-Fi cards I used to order and put in here, see? So I'd like to try to sell the desktops for Wi-Fi at the time. People now aren't even wanting desktops, it's crazy, but I love desktops still personally, but to each his own. I don't like working on a little tiny laptop.
What do you love about these desktops so much, man? Explain it to us. Like, what do you love so much?
Well, first off, excellent build quality. I mean, this thing is like heavy as hell, but it's so good. I mean, you get double DVD drives, a multimedia card drive, and everything's removable and replaceable. That's what's great too. I mean, this just plugs right into your USB header, I think. Yeah, yep, pretty much. Yeah, it just plugs into the USB header, so it's basically just a USB to compact flash SD card, and then you got 2 DVD drives if you want to copy things in between, and then you get hard drive slots. You got 2 hard drives. Just amazing upgradability for the time period, and not really for the time period. This is pretty standard, but even now, retrospectively looking at this.
Yeah, I totally like the metal chromium look.
And these are like,
you know,
15, 20-year-old DVD drives.
Yeah, very sturdy. You know,
both still open.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the power supply is fine, honestly, but I think we're going to measure the voltages anyway just to confirm. But I've seen this before, and usually it's just a power motherboard issue. And it won't even turn off when you hold the power button, usually. Sometimes it does, but... Let's see. Oh, finally, there it goes. It's just been acting erratically, you know?
Yeah.
It's not acting normal, so we'll drain the power.
How much would you say one of these go for, like...
Nowadays?
Like, well, no, in its prime, like, how much...
Oh, I have no idea. We'd have to look up the model number. We could do that later, though.
Yeah.
So, squeeze this, pull out a tiny, like, short, regular ATX, but look how short that is. It's crazy. I don't think it's a power supply issue, but we could definitely test the voltages just for the hell of it. I mean, the capacitors are leaking, but they don't really do anything in this case, then I'm fine with leaving them. I know, that sounds terrible, but... The guy just wants the computer to turn on. He's just going to, like, send it somewhere. He doesn't need it anymore. He's going to send it to somebody that needs it. in another country, so we just want to get this working, you know?
Right.
For somebody in need.
Right.
And I quoted him really cheap on this just to help him out. Under, I'm not going to even say what it was, but it was really cheap, just because he's a return customer. And additionally, I think he bought another computer. Yep, so. Perfect voltage, perfect power supply. Motherboard, definitely. We could try reseating the RAM, but that's about it. So, let's plug our connectors back into the motherboard now. So these are some basic diagnostic steps I take, if you were wondering what I'm doing right now. I'm going to try to find the plug in here, 1 second. But I think it's these capacitors, and I think if I read it right, I should have those exact capacitors. I haven't done soldering in a little bit, so I'm a little rusty, but I did take classes on it, and I have soldered through-hole, they call these through-hole components, which have like the little legs that go through the board, through the holes in the board. See? Anyway, so we're just going to, oh, that RAM was loose. Both of these are loose. Wait a minute. So it could be a RAM issue. Do I doubt that highly? Yes. Usually it would beep and say, no RAM, no RAM. You know what I mean?
Right.
But that is really loose. Could just got... man, so this way doesn't want to go in.
Yeah, every time it's a RAM issue, it always makes that sound.
Like, beep, beep. Beep. I think these just fit in here loose. I don't really think these are, like, tight-fitting RAM sticks, but we'll try it. I don't think it's going to do anything. I think it's capacitor plague. But I have fixed these motherboards before. You put new capacitors, it works like brand new. Which is why I prefer that over what they call surface mount or SMD components. I don't think it's doing any difference, is it? It's just orange. Consistent fan speed, no errors. Nothing on the back either, right? Nope. Sometimes there's error messages on the back. Well, let's get down to cracking. Let's tear into this thing. So first step, get your screwdriver. Okay, screwdriver, great. So this is a big beast that's gonna take a long time to tear down. Let's get started. So first, we gotta remove the whole motherboard. So first, let's take our SATA and SATA power and SATA data cables out. And look how long this SATA cable is. It's crazy. It's got to go whoop, all the way around. So we got to remove everything that's in our way here. Alright, so we got to undo all this lovely cable management. They even have a holder for the, I wanted to say that. They even have a holder for all the cables here. You see how they were like organizing everything? Like they routed, like even this has a little holder, a little floppy disk holder. If you don't have a floppy disk in here, you got your little connector that gets held.
Right.
It's really nice. The attention to detail is really nice in these machines, too. So now if you want to give them a bird's eye view, we'll start ripping into this. I'll give you a second to set that up. Go a little higher, I think. Yeah, there you go. Loose, go up. There you go. How's that?
Yeah, it's good.
So we're going to remove our Wi-Fi card, which is very difficult. Nope. Just unscrew your antennas. And if this doesn't work, then we'll just let him know that it was gone. And she was ready to scrap it, and I was like, well, is there anybody else you know that could use it? And he said yes, so I wanted to help out. So there you go. That's been there for a couple of years and probably still works. That's a good part. So even if he does want to scrap it, we can just, like, if it's more money than it's worth, then we'll do that. But yeah, I think next step we're going to remove this floppy drive power connector. I think we're going to remove these connectors as well. I want to see if we could remove as little as possible to get this board out. I mean, this SATA cable's in the way, obviously, so I'm going to try to route that out carefully. Remove this power cable for the CPU here. I want to remove all these cables that are in our way. You see all these guys? But we're also going to need to remove this because this actually holds down the CPU cooler as well as screwing through to hold down the motherboard. So it does multiple tasks. This is a crazy setup and you're about to see why. And most people would say, that's e-waste, throw it away. And I was about to, and then I was like, you know what, this would be entertaining for people. They'd understand what made old computers so good. Oh, it's a heavy paperweight. You don't want that boat anchor, as one of my professors used to tell me. Like, why do you have all those boat anchors behind you? And I'm like, because it's my passion to revive these quote-unquote boat anchors. And anchors, my bad. And, yeah, it's just a really fun thing to do sometimes, because you really realize how good it is not to waste things. That's the most important thing. I don't like wasting anything, so... At the very least, look, that's three good slower, but for normal old desktop stuff, good SATA cables. So now we have all that out of our way, I'm going to start unscrewing this. So that's really tight, so I think we need a bigger screwdriver. Stay here. Gotta find out how to put that screwdriver. 1 second. second. There it is. So I got my big screwdriver here. That should help me get some grip on this. Oh yeah, there we go. Oh, because they're spring-loaded screws. That's right. Yep. And then we got to remove our CPU fan. I forgot about that. I'm not going in a particular order. I just see what I need to remove as I do it, and I go really slow, and I try to figure out. Well, this is slow for me, believe it or not. Because I want to show you guys in detail what I'm doing. So that's one screw. You see how it's kind of like springy too? I think it's got a little spring in there. We'll see though. It sounded like that when I was unscrewing it. Yeah, look. It's like a little spring tension. And what's funny is the CPU socket is not squared like this. It's actually tilted a little bit. It's a very unique computer. While we're in here, we can also wipe off some of the parts and show you some things. For the sake of this video, I'm probably not going to remove the CPU, but I got to clean the thermal paste off it so you guys will get to see what model it is. I think it's a Core 2 something. So yeah, I think that needs a clean. What do you guys think?
Definitely.
But I mean, overall, but you see, look at this design. Ooh. Look at this hinge design. Pretty cool, and then just pops right off. Wow, that thermal paste is crusty. I'm not sure if I repasted this while I was in here. It's based on how the rest of the computer is pretty clean. I don't know if I repasted it, but I do know that I dusted everything. And this may be new paste, yeah, but it's still got some life to it, but it's mostly evaporated, probably because these things run really hot. But I did this years ago, too, so they say every couple of years you're supposed to replace thermal paste anyway, right? Especially on like something that was that dusty. Probably didn't help it any. So now everybody can argue about in the comments about when you're supposed to do it or not supposed to do it, but at the end of the day, we're in here now and we'll do it now. That's probably not the reason why it's not booting anyway. You see, we got another capacitor right here. That's the fourth one. See this guy right here?
Yeah, let me get a close up. Yeah.
So you got four of them. I think they're all the same size and capacity. 2200 microfarads, which is the capacitance, and then their voltage is 6.3. But you can use higher voltage capacitors, you know. You just can't. It's got to be the same microfarads. It'll be like a little like U mu F, like a little like the U, like I don't know, like a Greek symbol or whatever it is, but the little U symbol on there. I'll show you in a minute. Let's get that screw out of there. Come on, come on. Doesn't want to leave. There we go. Put our screws there. I think we got a couple more screws, and this whole motherboard should just come on out. Let's just put this guy back where he belongs. A little tray, door trays here. But yes, this is the type of computers I learned on, because these were starting to be recycled back in. These were like the Windows 7 equivalent, you know, equivalent to like the Windows 7 computers, as like the oldest computers that we would work on back then. Yeah. These are like XP, and they would run. This had Windows 10 on it with the hard drive, and it ran pretty good, you know. And I priced them really low, and we got people the budget computer they wanted, and it lasted them years, you know. Now they're finally back, and we're gonna get them all set up. He's like, "Hey, do you still do computers?" I'm like, "Oh my god, I remember his name. Wow, that's crazy." You know, it's really nice to have an old face return, and visit. So we're gonna get all these screws out, and what's interesting is these two as well hold it in. These guys is actually the screws for the CPU mount, but it also, you see, it goes right through the frame of the case. This computer case is only made to hold this motherboard, or like a similar motherboard from another Dell like this. It's not meant to work with anything else, which I thought was pretty interesting. Man, I really torqued these things down when I did it. If I was in here, or if these are just original, that could be why it's so tight too. Not sure. I don't remember. It's been years. But all I know is we're going to do it right now, so it doesn't matter. And these are green, so you know that they went there.
Oh, yeah, right.
A lot of little attention to detail, and I love random details. Maybe it's just the way I am, but I love little details. So to me, it's like, oh, that's so cool. Well, and Matt's like, really?
I mean, just to give you a compliment, I think to be doing hardware on this level that you do it, you got to be paying attention to detail. Exactly,
and I went to a lot of classes that would help me. That's your front panel here. It's not like a little like power connectors. It's this big floppy thing right here, which is kind of weird, but that was proprietary to the system as well. So one second, I gotta be able to see the screw. And if we want, we don't have to actually screw this in to test it. We could like turn it on for a second and just see without the cooler if it turns on and posts. Right. We're gonna remove the RAM for this soldering job though. And if we fail, we'll be honest with you and tell you we failed or it didn't work. But for such an old system, I said, hey, let's try it out, you know? And I think it's already coming loose.
Yeah.
And it's that easy. No, it's not easy unless you know what you're doing, but and it was that easy. Snap the fingers, right? It comes out. In reality, we got to wrestle all these cables out of the way, and there we go. Dell motherboard. And you're like, Mike, that looks like a normal micro ATX. Not really. Look at the weird, like how wide it is compared to how skinny it is.
That is very wide motherboard, yes.
And the holes are like really weird just for that CPU mount too. You notice that?
Right.
So we're gonna use a microfiber cloth and alcohol and just clean up this area here and take the RAM out so we can get to work on this. So I'll be back in a minute with this whole soldering setup. Guys, we got a lot of stuff you've never seen before. So we have a pan of ice which holds our motherboard in place. Great American company. We have this little Kato fume extractor which is gonna help to clean the air a little bit. The main thing you have to worry about is the flux fumes, but I do this so rarely I'm not too concerned. We got the RAM removed, we got the cooler removed, we cleaned up the CPU, we took the CMOS battery out just in case. Because it's a lithium battery, you don't want to catch it on fire or whatever. And we have our solder remover. It's a little vacuum. And then we also have our soldering iron, our Xtronic over here, and this is a Heiko. So let's begin. So first we're going to rotate this guy around. Good. Then we're going to tilt it. I can smell things heating up already. Alrighty. We're going to get ready to see where our capacitors are going to be. This will actually remove the solder from the capacitors. So first we're actually going to take a picture and take note of where our capacitors are. And you're going to look at the little stripe going down, this little gold stripe here. For example, on this good capacitor, you see the gold stripe. Or even on this right here. You see the stripe? That's your negative. So you're gonna, and also the board will be marked with that. You see the little white bottom circle around it. It'll mark it. I'll show you in a minute. But I'm gonna take a picture of our capacitors with the way they currently are on here, just so I have an idea. So I'm gonna take a picture of this. Bam, and bam, and bam. All right. So now we know it's near this heatsink here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna rotate it enough where I can see a little bit of both sides, if that makes any sense. So we're going to do this, just so I can kind of see where I'm going here. And if you want to see the complete view, you're probably going to have to go right here. I just thought about that. Sorry about that, Matt.
It's okay. No problem.
So if you want to see me like doing this. So
right,
first we need to flow the solder joint, so to speak, which is basically giving it some fresh solder to kind of heat it up and get it ready. So we don't have our soldering iron on right now, but we got this all warmed up, and you can usually tell by when the red light's off. So first off, we'll flow some solder onto the tip of this. So if you watch right here, it'll melt and make a bunch of smoke. I have to hold it, help it out a little bit. There we go, see? And then we're going to suck as much as we can into there. It's nothing's ever 100%. We're just going to get this tip nice and warmed up and primed. You see how it went red for a second? This is cold, so it had to... You see how it sucked it in?
Yeah.
So now we're going to find our capacitors, and they're right here. So... Yep, so we have one right there and one right there. So one above and one a little bit more above. So we're going to flow this joint here. We're going to put a lot of solder on this tip here. And then all we're going to do is we're going to go right on here, let it heat up, and then suck it off. See? Suck all that solder off. And you see? If you want to zoom in there now,
yeah,
that's the thing you want to see. You see how clean that little pole is of all solder?
Yeah.
You get a good view on that?
Yeah,
Zoomed
yeah.
in? So now we're going to do the next one. And you want to make sure you don't burn yourself, so you're going to keep pulling this away. And this has lead in it, so do not lick your hands. Do not eat anything. All you want to do is you're going to want to wash your hands after this, like crazy.
Right.
Lead flows better, though. It's a malleable, lightweight metal. So we're going to let that go in there for a second. And then we're going to quickly go on here. Heat it up. 1, 2, 3. Suck it up. And for the most part, that capacitor should just come right out. And it is not... Oh, I was grabbing the wrong one. Sorry. You see how that leg's moving, but the other one isn't? We need to get more solder sucked off of there. So I need to put more on here to get more into that crevice. This thing has saved me so much time over the years. Whatever you want to do, you don't want to pull it out while there's still solder in there. Then you won't get a clean hole to put the new capacitor in. You see? Now, I have to melt it a bit more. Let's see. You see? That just came right out. And we have 2 perfectly clean holes now, if you want to show them.
Yeah, yeah.
So we're going to take all of our junk ones out, and then we'll put the new ones in. And if you could come back, I'll rotate this for you so you can see something interesting. 1 second. if you look right here, where our capacitor was, do you see the white? You see the white on the board there?
Yeah, you just move your finger. Yeah. Oh.
Hold on. You see that white right there?
Yes.
That's your negative. So all you're going to do now, well, these capacitors look exactly the same as the originals, don't they? That's crazy. So we're going to confirm the size. It's going to say 2200 microfarads at 6.3 volts. You're going to show them that.
Here, I'll just show you guys real quick.
Those are
So
Rubicons.
this is the new one, Mike, right?
That's the old one. You see how
the old
bloated
one?
it is?
Okay.
And then we got the new one here with all these long leads on it, and all we're going to do is push it right through these holes. You want to show them that? Here. We're going to push it right through these holes, you see? All we do is just go plop, and then we solder that in. But we're not going to do that yet because we want to get all the junk out so we can get this fired up afterwards.
Right.
So we're going to rotate this back, tighten all of our connections here so we have a nice firm surface. This thing's making a game changer definitely to work on this because it really helps with holding everything down and making things easier to work on. I mean, it's a little wobbly still, but maybe I should loose actually. Hold on. I'm not 100% now. Let's see. Oh, that was loose. It must have got bumped. Oh, that's a lot better. See? Fixed. Genius. No. Anyway, jokes aside, let's get this. We also have, if we need to, solder wick, which is like a little copper strand with flux on it, which is this like this whatever this stuff is, this yellow stuff that's inside of the, like looks like earwax. I don't know. But anyway, that's what's inside of this thing. And just let it suck up the fumes. And then we're going to find our hole here, and we're going to go like this, and go wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Let it, you can actually see when the solder melts on the board. You can feel the leg get limp. And that leg should be pretty much ready to go. Yep, it is ready to go. It's just the other one's waiting. So now we got to re-tin, they call it tinning. We're going to re-tin the tip of our soldering iron. Try not to breathe that smoke in if you can. We're in a pretty well ventilated industrial space here, so that's good, but let's see. Heat it up, suck it out, and it should just come right out. Yep, there we go. Might just have to heat this one up a little bit still. Now this one's a little stuck. Oh yeah, he needs some more solder. Oh no, he doesn't. He's just stuck on the leg. So we'll see what we can do here. Maybe just get rid of this blob right here. There we go, much cleaner. See? And then here's another bad capacitor. You want to show the audience while I work on the next one? Same story, just tin the thing. Rinse and repeat.
Yeah, the focus, because I'm zoomed in, but the concept is
you see all
bulging,
the junk coming out of it?
that bulging top.
Yeah, it's really
Because
bad.
I'm zoomed in on the board, that's why it's a little
This one
blurry.
might be easier for you to see because it's right here. These two guys right here.
Yeah. We're going to stay focused on the board here. But that bulging top, that bulging top
is a big indicator.
It's got to go.
These are some of the biggest capacitors on the board, which is telling me that they're probably, except for these big blue ones here, but and it's right near that little heat sink, showing me it's probably important. I'm not an electrical engineer. I don't know exactly what they do, but usually it's like power transfer and things like that. Like it needs to store energy there enough for it to work. You know?
Yeah.
That's enough for me to know that it's important. I'm an electrical engineer. That's a friend of mine, but and he taught me a lot about soldering. And then I took a class at a computer festival. So, and I've been doing this a lot myself for a long time, practicing, getting the proper tooling. We need to. This one's being very stubborn, so we're gonna have to give it some more heat. There we go. That's pretty clean now. Yeah, there we go. It's moving. Yep. So we'll get the other side, and then we'll work on that one again. So we're gonna heat it up. Yeah, it's pretty big in here. So I mean, even if you got a little bit, it's not gonna kill you. So just get this, heat it up, and then... Oh, that one came out really nice. This one's a little stubborn still, so we're going to help it. little kissy kiss, and then push it through again. I think there's some solder still on the tip of that leg, so I might just cut the leg off. I'm not sure yet. I don't want to do this. I might just add a little more solder, just a dab, just to help it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you want to do, you really don't want to get solder in the hole, because then you gotta use the braid and really struggle to get it out. You remember when I used to do that, Matt?
Yeah.
And it was like you have to fight it.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier than it used to be. Thanks to my electrical engineer friend that recommended the Heiko solder sucker, whatever this thing is called, solder pump. Alright, come on, dude. What are you fighting before? This one's fighting, but we're not going to let it win. I'll tell you that much. I might have Matt pass me some cutters on the top drawer there. Alright, Matt?
Yeah.
Top drawer, yep. Little Heiko cutters. These little side cutters are really nice for cutting things like this. There we go. Snip. And then this will just come right out. Yep, there we go. We have two. One's a little burnt, but that's okay. It's not perfect. It's an old computer. We're just trying to save it. Put everything in perspective, guys. That's what I always say. Put everything. And you see, this one's by itself. It makes it easy to identify it. Alright, so let's see. We're going to put this here to try to absorb as much as we can. Okay, we got plenty on there now. This don't work nothing well. And we'll just go fart a little bit, and then we'll get the solder out. Oh, perfect. Look at that. You see the leg moving? Perfect first try. Right here. Hello there. See? So that's cool. Then, our last one here. And then we'll start putting our new guys in. And then we'll see if this works or if the motherboard's truly dead. I did this before, it's actually fixed and booted. I swear to you.
Hey guys, just...
We don't waste anything here on ImmortaTech, Immortal Technology.
Just for the record, Matt was one of the first ones to teach Mike to walk away if the motherboard's dead.
That's true. I kept fighting and he's like, just throw it away. And then, that is the last bad... Ooh, that one's really bad.
Just doing my job. Oh,
you don't want to touch your face. You see I'm itching with my arms? You don't want to touch your face when you have lead solder on your hand. It's toxic.
Right.
Do not touch your face.
Right.
Okay, great. So now we're going to turn this guy off. Let him cool off over here. Actually, I'm going to move him over here so he's out of our way. We may need him again, but I doubt it. It really depends on what's going on. But we'll let him cool off. Then we'll chuck this guy. So next we're going to get our main soldering iron up to 725 degrees. That's what I've been using. I think it's Fahrenheit, yep. So you can actually watch it heats up. It'll say heating. And then this is the really messy part here. Only because it, how do you call it? It releases a lot more solder fumes because you're actually heating up stuff constantly. So this is the one that's a little more headache inducing, but I have a little bit of a headache right now, but I had one before anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. So once this gets up to temperature, we'll tin it, and then we'll dip it in this flux here, this tip cleaner, to kind of get it nice and clean. You see all the smoke?
Yeah.
So you see how nice and shiny that tip is?
Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
And then we add some solder to it, just kind of revive it a little bit.
Safety first, guys.
Yeah, and I wanted to make a shout out to my friend Wesley, who helped me learn how to solder.
What's up, Wesley?
What's up? So, my electrical engineer friend. Yep. Alright, so now we're going to shove this guy in the top here. You see, I think we're already having a problem. It's getting stuck, so we're going to figure out why that is. Oh, there it is. Good. I didn't have to fix that. You see, if I had to fix that, it would be a big pain in the butt. So you see, we're going to put that right there. And then what you usually do, you spread the legs out, and now it holds it, see? And we're going to make sure it's our negative and positive, yep. And then from there, we're just going to give it some solder. So we're going to put this on one side and the solder on the other, and we're just going to kind of put a little mountain here, if you will. It's like painting trees with Robert Ross. Is that what his name is?
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. Oh, his name's Robert then. Yeah.
I guess his name's Robert, but
I don't know. I'm not an artist. Alright, guys. Don't look at art buff to you.
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross. Alright, now that should be tight. See, that is not actually adhering to the solder pad, so we got to figure that out. Now it is. And now we just give it a little more. So you don't want to do too much or too little. I know, judge my soldering skills. I'm not perfect, but I try my best. Don't judge too harshly. Now that's in there. Yep. You want to make sure it looks like it's grabbing onto all sides of the solder pad. Doesn't look perfect on this one, so I'm just going to help it along a little bit. There we go. So next what we're going to do is cut it off. Just so it's a little bit easier to manage. Oh, watch out.
That's alright.
And then we're going to just try to melt this onto the pad as best we can. You see that is a perfect connection. You don't even see the legs moving now. You see that?
Right.
When you have those legs off, those extra length, it'll help a little bit. So you see, not a perfect soldering job, but if you come on this angle here, and zoom in right on the angle right here, you see like nice shiny little mountains. Comparing it to the ones above it, it's handheld. It's hand done versus these.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Nice little shiny dots. You see that?
Yeah.
That's how you know it's good. If it's like cracking or like hazy looking, that's how you know it's kind of. You saw these two right here, right?
Yes.
Yep. So now that's firm. The legs aren't moving at all. You would see, if it was loose, you would see it on the other side. So that's perfect. Now we'll do our next three. So we're gonna find our next hole. I forget what it is, so pardon me. Look for the hole in the motherboard. There it is. I see two there. Where's our third? There's our third. Alright, so he was a little bit more diagonal. So what we'll do is we'll put this in here like this. You'll see him coming through right here. You guys see that? Okay. Then and then we'll just do the same thing we did before. So flat iron on the soldering pad, the little pad right there, that little silver thing on the board. Get some on there. Oh, and that came out really nice. See how there's not too much on there?
Yeah.
Not bad, not bad. Came out really good. So now we're gonna clean it. We're gonna do the wiggle test. These legs aren't even moving. Look how long they are, and they're not even moving.
Right.
I got it right the first try. That's what you really want to see. The other one was a little harder because it got stuck and then the soldering pad was bad. So that. Whee! And from there, I'm gonna inspect it. Looks clear. It's not moving at all. This side moves because it's a little bit loose, but that's normal. Do I have any Q-tips here? That's a good question. No, so I'll just use a paper towel. Usually I like to use alcohol to wipe off the excess flux. Just to clean the board up a little bit. So right here, we'll clean up a little bit. Should look a lot cleaner now. See? And then right here as well. See that?
Yeah, man.
Now we got two more. So these guys are junk. Don't confuse these. We should have one extra. We actually had 5 when I did this previously. So let's see. All right. So next would be. I think it's any closer. That'd be nice. There we go.
Make sure you guys are well.
And I have this on a dead power supply for the record, which is pretty cool.
Well ventilated, have airflow.
Yep, we have a window open, everything like that. I don't do this often either, so that's not bad either. But it's giving me a little bit of a headache. But I'm very sensitive to it, my asthma and everything, so it doesn't help.
If me and Mike were coughing right now, we'd have to
cut it and come back.
you know. But
all right, so you see that one's in.
Safety first.
You see that one's in. We'll bend the leads a little bit to help hold it in place. You see? Not touching my face. See? And my nose is itchy because of this, obviously. So next we'll come in here, up, down. Nice thing. It's going right in the sucker there. You see that?
Yep.
I'm not breathing it in. This solder fume thing has been great. I got it on Amazon. It's been great to me. No, I don't have a link in the bio. I'm not sponsored. Sponsor me, guys. Come on. You know you wanna. That one doesn't have much pad left, so I'm a little more concerned about this one, but give it a little more solder just for the hell of it. There we go.
There you go. You can see it's a nice circle there.
And you see, I'm wiggling it, nothing happens. Yep, the new one I just put in. And we'll go cut. Hold on, that doesn't go flying into my eye. And cut. And there we go. 2 successful soldering jobs. You see a little flux on that black stuff?
Yeah, man.
Get that cleaned off. Burnt up flux. 91% alcohol. Get on here and just...
We're always doing a clean job afterwards. It's just as important as being safe.
Yeah, this cheap computer is just as important as an expensive computer that we work on. We try to treat everything with utmost respect because we know this is someone's baby, it's someone's computer. We got to get it working.
That's the difference between being a pro and an amateur, guys.
Yep.
Just trust me, I wouldn't. Trust me, I wouldn't be standing here right now with solder if Mike wasn't a pro.
I took a lot of safety precautions to make sure that this would be safe. Do you even smell anything right now?
Nah, nah.
This is taking. I smell a little bit just because I'm over here, but because there's some like when it's sitting in here. So then we'll just dip on the bottom, on the top, feed it a little bit, eyeball it a little more. There we go. This one, you see how this one has like less of a silver circle around it?
Yeah.
There's not much to it. That's the problem. That's why this one was a little hard to get to stick. There we go. You see that?
Yeah.
It's a little excess, but it doesn't hurt to have a little excess. You got a massive blob. As long as it got hot throughout the whole thing and it's adhered, you're good.
Right.
All right. So that's gonna do its thing now, and we're gonna have that running on there. You see, to suck out the fumes, and then we're gonna cut this. Okay. Clean it with our little rag. You can actually see it's picking up the flux. You see that yellow? No, it's not earwax, guys. Come on. It's not the alcohol either. It's just the flux, as I told you. See, I told you guys. So can we get this running? Well, when we have it off the stand and we're reassembling it, we'll be right back. See you then. Alright, guys, welcome back. So now we're going to give this thing a new coin cell, but you can come closer.
Sure.
Alright, that's good. Alright, so we got a new coin cell, Panasonic. We got the RAM inserted, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, so 1, 3, 2, 4. So these two white ones are the ones we're going to use. We have 4 gigs of memory. I really do wonder if this would run on Windows 11, but the guy just wants it to work again, so right now we're just going to do that. But if you guys want to see if an XP computer will run 10 or 11, we'll do that in another video. How's that sound? Like a really old XP computer running something modern. That'd be cool. Oh wait, we already did that with the Dell server. Someone wanted us to run Team Fortress on that, like host Team Fortress like LAN server, like like a multiplayer for like local.
Right.
It'd be interesting. I've never done that before.
That is interesting.
I'll admit, I've never done that before. Nope, never. So now we'll get our motherboard back in. We're not going to screw everything down. We're just going to kind of lay it in here and just see will it turn on in post. If it does, then we'll go through the effort of screwing everything down, etc. Why do all that? You know, I guess for the big reveal, but the big reveal is will this thing turn on to begin with. So
don't want to make
power
more work for yourself.
Exactly. More power. If it is, then we'll unplug this stuff and start again. Video. Sorry about that, guys. A lot of noise, I know. Power button. Just not those other stuff and whatever things still need to be plugged in. And we'll ship that over there. All right. Oh yes, cooling fan. Just gonna complain if it doesn't have a fan. Okay. I think we're ready to try this. Let's see what it does.
Give it a whirl.
Oh, green? Green? Fan doesn't sound great, but we do have green. And we do have lights. We have signal. It's thinking about it.
The moment of truth.
Processor's getting warm. It didn't get green before, did it? And show them quick before I got to turn this thing off because it overheats. Green light and then numbers. You see that?
Yeah, man.
It's a good sign. It's a really good sign. I don't know why we're not getting any video. Sometimes things won't post if they don't have the pressure on the CPU, and like the grounding. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, CPU's warm. It's getting power. Good. I think that's a good sign, guys. I think that gives us enough to validate that it is going to work. That CPU, I mean, that fan sounds kind of like scratchy, but I threw those away years ago. I don't have any more of those fans, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just going to have to be good enough for now, for this guy. If he wants another fan, we can order him one, you know? They use that weird Dell connector. That's not a normal fan connector, but it is pretty high-end for the day because it's got like the speed control built in with the temperature monitoring, which is they didn't really have that much back then. They had like 3-pin fans. This is like a 4-pin. Like they had like 2-pin fans. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like full send it like fan power. You know?
Yeah.
So this is pretty big for back then, I would say, definitely. So we're gonna screw in all the motherboard posts, and then we'll do our main posts here. So we got. You want to come give them a bird's eye? But yes, we did get more life than we ever have before. I think if it's grounded to the case with these screws and everything is put back the way it should be, I think it'll do it.
You know, I'm old.
I mean,
school.
sometimes they said that the processor would need to have pressure on it to actually like post. Do you ever hear about that in school?
Oh man, you're talking about these models. I mean, my favorite old school opinion on this would be like, where's the video card at?
It has built-in video, actually.
You know what I mean?
You see this chip right here?
What?
It's one of these 2 chips. I forget which one. These 2 Intel chips.
Yeah, that's a very old school way of looking at things. But
Now it's built into the CPU. It's
Yeah.
got its own graphics built in.
Right.
These actually had like a north bridge and a south bridge. Remember those terms?
yeah, wow.
You remember that?
Wow, that's a very long time ago, man. I don't even think at that time in my IT career, I don't even think I knew that term at that time. I wasn't in school at the time, so like, no, I'm actually I'm familiar with it in a sense, but I never really worked on computers at that time when that was a real term.
Basically, you'd have like different chipsets.
Right.
Wow, that is a hard screw to get to. Sorry, give me a second. Where's my little blue screwdriver? There it is. Come here, you. You're just getting this little crevice here. You gotta like get into this little corner here. You see this? This is wild, man. Oh, come here, you little son of a gun. Come here. I mean, you don't need every single screw, but I'm not gonna miss a screw just because I'm lazy, you know, or something. It's gonna have to go in an on angle because I can't get this otherwise. It's gonna have to go in a little bit on an angle. Sorry, guys. I know. I'm not proud of it, but it's really hard to get to. Making my own threads for it. You see, guys? Nobody's ever gonna open this again. Nobody's gonna care. Is it holding the motherboard down? Yes. It's like this crooked, like barely. So I'm gonna have to leave it like that. I'm sorry. I know. I know. The 20-year-old computer deserves better. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
Mike takes it personally.
I'm so sorry.
And I gotta tell him, guys, Mike, you gotta walk away, man. You gotta walk away.
I'm walking away from it. I'm like, that's it. If you're gonna go in crooked, you're going in either way. I don't really care. You know what I mean?
I gotta give him like the thumbs up, and then sometimes I gotta say no. You know, I mean, it's
Okay, why is this not
to
screwing
each his own. You know, getting a second opinion is healthy in this career or hobby, job, whatever it is for you.
It's a little bit both for me. YouTube like makes it more of a hobby, but then there's also a job because, you know, this one went in crooked too. What the heck?
You know, you always use the term pro activist.
What?
Like you're a pro, but you're like or pro enthusiast. If you're a pro, but you do it as a hobby at the same time.
Oh yeah.
You know.
All right, that's in there. That ain't ever coming out, so don't worry about it. That's never coming out again because I screwed it in like crazy. We cleaned our fan. It's not gonna be perfect because it's really, really old, but it's good enough. Good enough.
The aftermath of the soldering job.
Yeah, mess everywhere and everything's trying to cool off. I don't want to put it away because it's gonna friggin' burn me. Sorry, camera. I bumped you there. Green screw.
Trying to get in your way, man.
It's all right. It's just sometimes with the bird's eye view, it makes it a little harder, but I'll prevail. Don't you worry. Give me another PC screw. Top right. A long one. I lost one of the screws. I know, guys. I'm so terrible. I lost one of the screws. That's it, guys. This one even matches the color. It's probably from one of these computers like 10 years ago. 10 years ago, whatever this was. Down, tight. Okay. Clip this in before I forget. Push all the cables out of the way because they're in my way. Okay. I think it was... I don't think it was this way, right? I think it was this way.
The question of the night, right?
I'll just put it in and we'll find out shortly. If not, I'll just reverse it. Because that's what being professional is, not always knowing the answer.
Yes, I believe those screws that are in that heatsink assembly are actually captive. So we're gonna double check now. Yes, these are spring-loaded captive screws. And these are big copper heatsink, but it does flex a bit. This is actually normal. This loosey goosiness. Look at these big copper heat pipes, though. It's a big CPU. They gotta cool it. The whatever this thing is. Oh yeah, it's perfect. It's exactly how it's meant to be. Of course it is. Of course it is. I intended it that way, Matt. You see, I made sure that I did it correctly.
Right.
No, I just kind of guessed, and from my memory serves correct. I see a little more dust in here. I'm just gonna get. Hold on. Great. The computer will really appreciate it. Nah, I'll just be like, hard drive goes. More likely. Makes a bunch of noise. Would you guys love to see this thing sing to life with Windows 10?
I certainly would.
It had Windows 10 on it last I sold it. And you guys are like, that thing's ancient. I can't believe that thing run Windows 10. Well, as a technology professional, I can make anything run Windows 10. No. No, I can't, but... So we're going to do a pea-sized dot. Trigger everybody with how little or too much paste I'm using and how I'm not spreading it correctly. I know, guys. I know. I did a little much there. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Guys, no fighting on this. Come on, like
You seriously, the comment sections are like,
guys,
you put your little paste on that thing.
Guys,
nah, you put too much.
I am not getting involved in the
paste war.
The paste war. That is too much, guys. Like I tell Mike. Like I'm telling you guys,
it's good enough.
You gotta walk away, man.
Walk away. It's good enough.
Walk away.
I want to fight people in the comments about thermal paste. Yeah, that sounds great. Oh my god.
Let's all get past it, guys.
There's one guy on YouTube. He actually, like, just puts stock video of someone pouring a bunch of thermal paste on a processor. Whenever he puts thermal paste on things to make sure you don't actually see what he's doing. He's too afraid to show people, I guess. I don't know. He's like, I don't want to offend anybody now, so we just gotta make sure nobody sees the thermal paste application. God forbid. You know, springs compressing? Oh, yeah. You see, nice and firm?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So now... Power, SATA, goodbye, get out of the way. We're going to try to route this best we can, but I'm not going to be able to copy the routing exactly. Because I'm not as good as Dell, obviously, guys. I'm sorry. I know. It must be a shock to some of you guys, but I'm just not as good.
I think you could be a Dell technician if you wanted to.
Keyword, if I wanted to.
I think they'd accept your application.
I actually like Dell. No, I'm kidding. I like Dell. They make good quality computers. Dell, sponsor me. Probably not going to happen, right?
Well, the first...
Why are you working on that crap?
The first computer that I ever owned was a Dell, but the first computer I ever worked on was an HP.
Whatever happened to your Dell? Oh, we fixed it. Didn't it have bad capacitors?
No, that
the blue one.
No, that wasn't my first one, man.
That one had bad capacitors.
That was my family computer, but that wasn't my first one.
That was like a Dell XPS, like a really old XPS, like one of the first XPS.
Yes, I still have it.
Did we do a capacitor job on it? What did we do to that?
Yes, we did.
And it still works.
Yes, it does.
So you think this one's gonna work? No. Anyway. No, actually, that was probably the best soldering I've done in a long time. Considering I haven't done any soldering in a long time, that probably helps that scenario, but or whatever, that statistic. But anyway, that's unimportant. Don't let that little fact bother you, you know? A little factoid. Someone calls it factoid. I don't know. What is a factoid?
I think you just made your own word.
No, someone said that to me. I'm dead serious.
Oh, really?
You ever heard of that factoid? I'm like, excuse me?
Wow.
I know. I was shocked. You know, I thought I was a big nerd, and then I heard that, and I'm like, yep. I'm not that bad.
Now, there's a stereotype that all computer guys are nerds.
I'm a nerd, but I'm a cool nerd, guys. Come on, aren't I awesome?
I think that stereotype is untrue.
I'm a nerd, I'm a computer guy, so what do you think? No stereotypes 100%.
No.
Because no human's 100% one way or the other. So we gotta plug in our dual DVD drives!
Nice.
No, yeah, but anyway. Whoop. Put it right here. Actually, right here would be good. Whoop. Click. Okay. Oh, I even found a little spot to hold it. There we go. See? Like it was meant to be. The more you know. Gets copyright striked. Alright, great. One more orange SATA cable. Because, you know, orange and blue are like awesome colors. Especially orange.
Right.
Is that mustard yellow? I don't know. It's like a gold.
I think that's like a golden mustard.
I don't know. I just found it online. I like that color.
Golden mustard.
Why no go in? What the heck is going on? Why is this not working? Okay. Through here. Do the roundabout. Nope, that's something else. That's a Yes song. Anyway. Alright, so we got all these cables routed. Look how nice that looks. It's so nice considering it's not going to work. Anyway. Alright, no, I'm joking. We can do the Wi-Fi card later. Let's just see if this thing works.
The second moment of truth.
Power, so easy to plug back in. Oh, I didn't plug the power in for the KVM. I wonder if that would affect anything. No, right? That's not important. Don't worry about these little things. Is it off? Why is it not? Oh no, it's on. It's just very dim. Okay. KVM's got a big switch over here, which I gave you guys in the original tour video. I showed you guys that. Gave you guys an introduction to is what I meant to say. Okay. It's green. Oh no, it's off again. Let's see. Maybe needs a second to... That's normal. Okay. Hard drive spinning, which is new. 3 and 4. Let's see what that means. Go look it up in a second if we don't get any video. Still better than before.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it does sound really good. Maybe a RAM issue. Maybe a bad RAM. Plug the USB into it just to see if that helps. Just a loose video cable? No. Let me take a look and see what that means. Because these actually are error codes usually, or like post codes. What does the Dell Dimension E520 mean when it has green 3 and 4? RAM issue. Bad RAM stick or a bad RAM slot. Perfect. So that's still better than what we had before. We wouldn't get anything. So let's, oh, watch out.
That's all right.
We're going to turn this off. And we're going to do one RAM stick this time and see if that helps. And reseat the other one. So we're going to take this guy out. Could have been bad RAM the whole time, Michael. No, it didn't even get to that point to tell us it was bad RAM, guys. Fix your memory, guys. Come on. Memory. Memory. No, okay, let me stop. It never fully clicks. You gotta kind of push these arms a bit, which is weird, but let's see if it does anything now. Okay, it turned off. Now that's a RAM beep.
Yeah.
And 3 and 4 with the beeper. So beeper works. Honestly, this is a lot better than we got before. I got extra RAM. Let's try this guy. These are both Crucial sticks, by the way, so I don't know if these were actually original in the system. These might have been an upgrade kit that either I installed or someone else did previously. I know, it's such a high-end machine, people were upgrading it. I know, it was so good. And hey, it still works. Or it did still work up until recently. Don't let these little things bother you, alright? So yeah, this is the boring part, I admit, but I mean, especially when I'm trying to wrestle the RAM in. Come on, get in there. Yeah, but seriously. No, really, come on. Come on. It doesn't make a nice click sound, you know, like it's supposed to like click and it really clicks in.
Yeah.
Alright, let's try that. No beep. Oh! Show them the screen!
Yeah, they see it.
Yeah! Oh! Don't that bother you? That's normal. It's completely normal. It could be my VGA cable, to be fair.
Yeah.
No, I think it's an issue with something. I mean, hey, that's a good start, though.
Back to Matt's opinion about the video card, but said it was built in.
It is built in. Poorly. That is really weird. I've never seen that. What happens if I don't touch it?
And by the way, I didn't assume that it was built into the motherboard. It was just, you know,
I think it's just a bad VGA port, maybe?
it's just how I associate computers from that
I
time.
mean, that is impressive, though. It does post after our capacitors. And no capacitors blew up for the record, so you would hear a big explosion by now if we did that wrong. If you put it in the wrong way, the opposite way, it'll explode. So don't do that.
Wow.
Reverse polarity. Yep, it does not like that. At least that's what I've been told, and that's what I've seen. Or if you used the undervoltage capacitor, and it would have blown up. Okay, I don't know what's happening here, so let's just shut this down for a minute. Matt, it may have a bad motherboard. What do you think? Oh, it turned back on. Oh, why is it beeping now? Still think this is bad RAM. Maybe try different RAM sticks? Right? What is this? Oh, yeah. DDR2. I got plenty of that crap. No, I literally have, like... I got the gamer RAM, guys! Check this out! Yo, I got the gamer DDR2. Ballistics. No, I'm not giving it that. I'm not that. I'm not that rich, guys, alright? I can't give it the Corsair XMS DDR2. Look at that. Look how nice that is. No. And then I know those are the working sticks, but let's just throw another random stick in that I'm laying around. Just to say, like, if we didn't have anything this nice. I mean, this is really nice, too. It's a Samsung 2GB stick. This is going to take the world by storm. Just DDR2, guys. It's really old RAM, and then it's 2 gigabytes. 2 gigabytes. Come on, get in there. Okay, I'm going to do this flat in a second, because this is really driving me insane. I can't do this on an angle like this. I know, I'm going to have to structure view, guys. I tried not to, but it was inevitable. It was inevitable. I'm so sorry. Nope, flip. Flip the stick, guys. You gotta watch it. There we go. Oh, you got one good click there. Did you hear that? Sort of. Alright, let's try now. Officially posts immediately. Do we get that same video error if I don't touch it? Come on. Oh? Oh? Previous fan failure. Thanks, we really cared. We really worried about that, yes. Time of day not set, that's fine. There's no floppy drive. The CMOS battery is dead. Holy crush. I think we got it working. Holy crap. Oh! Oh! Woo! High five, Matt! Yeah, the Dell's alive, guys! ImmortaTech, immortal technology. We keep it alive. So yeah, let's see how long this takes to boot. Oh, hi, yeah. Yeah, it's a hard drive. What do you expect, guys? Come on. You know better. Come on. You know better.
If you're watching this channel, I'm pretty sure by now you know better.
That hard drives are slow as hell.
There you go, guys.
Blue screen!
That's how it happens, doesn't it?
Oh my god,
So,
that is
Mike,
funny.
the question of the night is it time to walk away?
No. I think we can still do something with it, but we gotta get it working for the customer, so I'll need to call them and say, like, yo, dude, hard drive's dead, RAM was bad, I had to solder it, the whole thing was basically rebuilt. I don't think it's gonna be good for your guys. But I might keep it as a memento, because I do like having a computer that I... And I remember this exact computer with those scratches and everything. I really loved this computer when it was like one of my first ones I ever refurbished, and I was really proud of this thing.
Sentimental value.
No, but seeing it again and seeing it come back to me was almost like fate. It's weird. It's really... I hope this video does great, because that was a big joy for me to make and to see. Even to get this far. I mean, so I guess the RAM is bad? But Dells are great. That's what I love about these desktops, too. It tells you the memory's bad. It has error codes.
See, guys, now this is Matt's job. How many times am I going to say to walk away before he actually does?
I'm not walking away from this. Oh, it's just an inaccessible boot device. Don't let these little things bother you guys.
So you're saying this is fixable?
Yeah, new hard drive.
Right.
Give it a nice solid state drive, you know. Slap some Windows 10 on it. Push. maybe even Windows 11. No, that's a bad idea. That's really bad. Yeah, it's booting 2 and 3. Yeah, it's really working great now. So I think we should give it some nice RAM. Just try to explain to the customer that it's...
Yeah, tell us what's in your mind, man.
It's really, it needs like RAM, it needs a hard drive, it needs capacitors. It's already like $10 capacitors plus. We did $50 in labor. I gave him a break. I would have probably charged that. Like that took like 2 hours between everything. So I only charged him an hour because he's a return customer and I was trying to be generous. But when he needs other stuff too, I don't think he's gonna go for it on a computer that he was already about to e-waste anyway. But if it happens to end up being mine, then I'll save it because it's just one of the first computers I refurbished, and I have one of the first computers I ever worked on, an E-Machines. I have that hanging out around here. We'll do a video on that soon.
That sounds fun.
It's got like a custom motherboard from something else it put into it. It's not like a real E-Machines. Like someone built this before me.
So since you gave us the solution, do you want to go
I'll do
forward
it,
with
but if he doesn't want to, at the end of the day, I need to still charge as a business. But if he doesn't want to pay for it, then we're going to have to just move on, like take it from him and recycle it if he doesn't want it. Because he was about to have us recycle it. And I'm like, I told him it's basically gone at first, and I'm like, well, maybe we could fix it, you know, and then that's how that came out. So I think we should give this some nice RAM. I do have some old RAM laying around here. I've been using this less and less as I work on. You look at this Kingston DDR2. Isn't this cool? I don't know what this is. Oh, 4 gigs. It's 2 out of 4 gigs. So these are both 2 gig sticks, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow, that's certainly a nice RAM stick
for this not so nice computer. Well, you know what? This computer's gonna live to see another day. Really good. So let's see, hypothetically, if I give it a boot drive and I give it RAM, will it stop complaining? Because I need to know what to tell the customer, even if he doesn't want it. You got to be able to give him a full diagnostic report.
The third moment of truth.
I mean, this was just entertaining. I would usually charge for the diagnostic even if he doesn't want the work done, but like at the end of the day, if he says like, look, I don't want any more work done to it now that it has even more problems, and I would just say, well, do you want us to just recycle it? And he'd say, yeah. And then I'll just say, okay, well, thanks for your time. And I'll say he's got to pay the $50 for the diagnostic, but he's a cool guy. He's looking to come buy more computers, so I'll give him a break, you know. I don't, it's hard. It's a hard fine line between giving someone a break and not, because people try to take advantage of your kindness, and that's the real sad thing about this world. But I know this guy wouldn't. So 250 gigabyte Western Digital. So let's see. Is this failing, or is it just corrupted Windows? Ready? So we have our little access door here. See? We're gonna put the world's dustiest hard drive in our clean computer. Great idea, Michael. I know, I'm just full of them. And we'll do a crystal disk info check. Can you guys see the screen okay?
Yep.
Or is my big body blocking it?
No, we're good. Just keep that head out of the way, man.
I don't think anybody's in there. It doesn't even show up. That's a great sign. No. Let's see if Disk Manager picks it up. You see a 250 gigabyte drive. Let me just do this. Is this better? There we go. It's trying to detect it. You notice that? I think we just have a failed hard drive. I swear to you, I'm not putting a hard drive in this thing if I do fix it, though. I'd probably put like a 60 gigabyte SSD in it. You know, something just to like store the bare minimum. Okay. 250 gig right here. 230 gig. It's basically 250 gig. Alright, so that shows up. Now will Crystal Disk Info find it? Maybe it just took a second. If it's healthy, I'm going to be really stumped. It's healthy, of course it is. 44,000 hours! 5 years of constant on time. Wow. And it's been powered on 2,000 times. That's an old hard drive, but still going. So, do we just wipe it? Do we try to see if it boots Windows 11? Let's find out, guys. We have a good hard drive here. Well, good and hard drive are relative terms in a sentence. Let's just say that. But, yes, we do have a good hard drive. So, let's put this in. How we doing battery life, Mr. Matt?
Yeah, I was just going to say...
Alright, we'll be right back. We'll switch out batteries and we'll be right there. Thank you. Alright, guys, battery change. We're back. Let's get this working. So,
I'm going to try Windows 11 23H2, version 23H2. Because that works better with older CPUs. Like our last computer, that was the HP 3010. Anyway, BIOS, 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 give me the BIOS, give me the BIOS. Come on. Come on. We gotta set the BIOS menu, guys, come on. Come on. Look at that ancient BIOS, guys. BIOS version 2007. So we have a Core 2 CPU, 6420 at 2.13 gigahertz. How much memory do we got? 4 gigs. Nice. I don't know what the max is. I'm assuming 4 gigs. I think it's 2024. That's actually not that far off, considering how old this thing is. So it would be March 3rd, 03, 2026. Tuesday? Oh, 2nd. I can't read. My bad. My bad. The heck's making it hard for me to read. 9:53 p.m. Boot sequence. USB device. Yep. Drives. Great. I think we're gonna exit. And then we're gonna try to boot up the flash drive and see if it supports it. Alright, alright. Just give me some recognition here. I'm pushing the button. These things love beepers. Things love to beep. What can I say? Oh. Boot menu. It's working great now. This computer's working like brand new. I know we don't have a floppy drive. I forgot to disable it, alright? Give me a break. Oh! Press A key to boot from the USB. No. Come on. Oh! No way! It's gonna crash. There's no way. How would it run on this? This is even older than the HP we did. I'm gonna guess it's like a 2006 computer? Wait. Isn't that a 32-bit processor, or is that 64-bit? Windows 11 is only 64-bit, in case you guys are wondering. The type of processor it is. If you don't know what that is, look it up. I don't know how to explain it.
Guys, this is a very old-fashioned term. It's called Frankenstein.
This really isn't a Frankenstein. This is pretty much like a bone stock Dell.
Yeah.
If I've ever seen it. Well, let's see what it does. It's either going to crash, or it's just going to stay stuck here, or it's going to eventually start spinning.
Well, Mike, for content purposes and non-arguments, what's the difference between a bone stock and a Frankenstein?
Bone stock would be like all the parts are original except for like maybe like a few things like the memory, the hard drive.
We're
The hard drive
talking
is pretty close to being original.
talking some real.
It may have came with like an 80 gig hard drive when it was new though, if I had to guess.
Oh, okay.
Like XP or whatever, Vista or whatever's on this was pretty low on storage usage. I think it's gonna stay frozen here. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. I think this might just be like a Windows 10 computer, or even like an XP retro build. Interesting. That would be interesting. Maybe play some XP games on it. That'd be interesting. Let's see what it does though. It's just sitting here, so we'll come back in a few minutes when we see what happens with it. Mystery. Of course, the minute we stop recording, it boots up perfectly. Don't ask me. I don't know how this is working. This is... I mean, it is the minimum for Windows 11, 4 gigs of RAM, right? But on such an old CPU,
I mean, you could see that it's... I mean...
It's struggling.
It's like pulling it up a cliff, basically.
Pulling a boat anchor up a cliff.
I mean, that's the best metaphorical expression.
Do we have a mouse? We do have a mouse.
We have a mouse.
Oh my god, this is... I did not expect this to work. I am amazed.
You know, I think Mike's term of Frankenstein and my term of Frankenstein are a little different.
My Frankenstein's like the HP we built in the last episode.
And I'm right. I'm not trying to.
That's a Frankenstein.
I'm not trying to prove myself correct, guys. But you could see the speed this is moving at. Obviously,
let it go.
You know, walk away at some point. But what do you say, Captain?
I say I call the guy and tell him it's way too old to buy anything modern.
Okay.
But let's see if we can get 11 on it for the hell of it.
Okay.
I'll slap a whatever random SSD I have laying over here that's like a low end, like I don't need, but it'll work good in this. How about an Intel, like an 80 gig or something simple?
What do you got?
So I think Windows takes up, what, 30, 40 gigs, roughly?
Something like that.
80 gigabyte PNY. Wow, that's actually... I didn't know PNY made metal cases, but I like the Intel better. Do we have any Intel? I like PNY too. That's some of the first SSDs we ever used when I was in high school fixing computers. Yes, we used PNYs. They were cheap from Best Buy.
Right. Oh, Mike, look.
Oh my god, there is no way!
I can't believe this. I don't know if that guy's anything he cares about on that hard drive, so I'm not going to wipe it just yet. I'll have to talk to him. 80 gig Intel. Let's plop that in, and we'll be back in a minute. Like again, guess what? It's working now. The BIOS was set wrong. It was set to RAID instead of RAID/ATA. Okay, look, I've worked on these in years. Give me a break, will you? But guess what? The original hard drive booted to Windows 10 with all of his stuff on it, and they were playing Roblox on this. My God, that is a terrible idea. But okay. Besides that, what are we gonna do now? We're gonna ask him if he still wants it. I don't think it's gonna run Windows 11. Honestly, I mean, it tried to boot, but it's really slow as it is, and he was complaining about that even before it died. I'll tell him the cost options, but I think he's just gonna want to get a new desktop from us that's a lot better off, and they'll be a lot more cost effective for him. But we're gonna put different RAM back in here, like just like normal sticks like these, not the gaming one, because those are more expensive. And yeah, thanks for watching this episode of ImmortaTech Solutions. Ooh, he's going on Temu. And thanks for watching, guys. We got the computer live. We soldered capacitors, and we made sure that it boots to Windows 10 and give it a new CMOS battery. This thing's alive, and that's why I picked ImmortaTech Solutions to bring their computer to, because everything's immortal at ImmortaTech Solutions.